KPIs, metrics, and targets. So without standards, there can be no improvement. Without targets, no improvements. Remember that. That's what we are trying to go. We are trying to get to the targets of the business before we get to the targets of the processes. I already know at your GP, I already know your length of rental, I already know the speed. Okay, this is at company level. Now we have to do at each shop level. And it has to be monitored every day. Then you can start doing process improvement. So, simple, that's why I kept the example very simple. I asked him to look at his internal business also. When he looked at the internal business, he said, I am doing 1.5 million a month, and my inventory cost is too high, 3 million. I just asked him, what in the cost you monitor? Just like that, I am asking him, what is important to you on the cost front? He said, I want to make profits, which comes through revenue. I didn't put profit here, but on his sheet, I did put profit. Lead time, on the speed side, this was a statement. Remember? So customer said, transit bodies, you're taking long time. I converted in. I asked them, do you measure it? No. Okay, start measuring it. Otherwise, how do you know? How do you go back to your customer that, no, on average, we are giving you back bus, and going back to your point that the SLA is 5 days. We're going to give you the bus in 5 days, don't bother us. If there's an emergency, there will be an extra charge because we'll be working in the night. One thing he came out also was build versus actual hours. Actually, it should have been in cost. Build versus actual cost. So I'm spending 100 hours on a bus on average. I can only build 60 hours. Why? Because the customers are not stupid. They will not pay you for whatever time you wish to put on a bus repair. Would you pay? You take your car for service and they say brake lining and they told you $1,000 and by the way $2,000 because it took us too much time. Would you pay? $2,000? No. Or even if they don't tell you the price, you're not stupid. You must have done 2 or 3 quotes and then you went to them. They cannot ask you $3,000. So build versus actual hours. Understand why you guys even exist. That is purpose, vision, mission, and values. You exist now. Do your own SWOT analysis to understand what are the big high-level pains or high-level good things you are doing. Because when you do SWOT, you may find out that we are not ready for lean. We have serious issues with management, union. We have to fix those issues first before we go into lean, right? This is what happens when you ask the right question. You start to monitor. This gentleman started to monitor the key KPIs, which is the overall revenue, inventory cost, build versus actual, and the lead time. Again, I'm saying, I think 4th time for today, if you can measure it, you can change it. I have done this for last 23 years. As soon as you start to measure and as soon as you start to put numbers and engage people, continuous improvement starts to happen automatically. With measurement, a target should be also there. Right now, they're missing the target. There should be a target line that we shouldn't be more than 9 days. Then it forces people to think how to improve. If you have a good communication structure and good target, you don't need process reviews. You just need to kill whatever will come every day. Every day you will find problems. Some problems are so obvious that you will just fix it. Sometimes problem comes, you don't know the root cause. And you've been dealing with it. You apply A3 problem solving and root cause analysis. Process improvement is you walk the whole process in detail from start to the finish. You find small problems, small inefficiencies, obvious things as you walk. I want to teach you problem solving separate and the whole process improvement separate because you will be doing more problem solving, less process improvements. Process improvement takes horsepower. You don't have horsepower every day. Let's do a process improvement today. You will do process improvement in once a 6 month. CJ has assembly line number 4 and CJ wants to improve the whole flow of the assembly line. This is a big process review. CJ has been having lots of issue with door lining damage at the end of the line. This is root cause analysis. Public service, building permit process takes 160 days. We need to reduce that lead time. a big process review. You can call it a problem, but it's asking for a process review. Building permits are happening 3 times, it should be happening 1 time. This is a process, this is a problem solving. Why 3 times? You have to deep dive. When you're doing a process review, you will find both kind of issues. You will find, when you do a process review, you will find those issues. Wrong information, it takes, the file sits here too long. You will kill this by 5M1E. This one you will kill by just getting together. You don't need to do root cause analysis for why the file sits here. Those are simple solutions. You don't need to find out, hey, why don't you push the file? You know what I'm saying? Those lean Kaizen events, that's what we call it, is easy fixes, quick fixes. You will find out the parts are ordered wrong. You'll find out we don't do the good estimate. Now there is no, if you want, you can do a fishbone diagram for why don't we do a good estimate, but mostly it boils down to standardizing the process. You don't need to do a fishbone diagram to find out the why do I do it all the time wrong. Why MD Agility always misses that information. You can, by the root cause analysis, you can find out it's this person only in the shift, and these 2 people are okay when you deep dive. Then the solution comes out why the skills are different, why there's a skill gap. Okay? Actually, just keep it simple. Don't apply scientific, and don't go for Six Sigma. Till you say, yes, I have to really analyze, and I have to really make this cup always 25 plus minus 0.5 millimeter. Yes, then you may want to apply Six Sigma. But even then, I was in manufacturing, I didn't apply Six Sigma. I came from Honda. I used these 7QC tools. Six Sigma is too technical and too stats. The energy you invest towards doing all that stats, spend that energy with the people, you will find better results. But I'm not saying Six Sigma, some places Six Sigma is required. 5 principles of lean, very simple. First principle is define value from the whose eyes? For a process, from the eyes of the customer. Map the value stream. You call it process mapping, we call it value stream mapping, and that's what you're going to learn in this chapter, value stream mapping. Create flow. When you will map the process, what will you find out? Bumps, gaps, imbalances, inefficiencies. As soon as you remove them, you will create flow. Think about your job is to go to the Mount Everest and get the water to the Indian Ocean as fast as possible. What would you do? I'm just going to try to do a simple 3D view. So we will draw the Mount Everest, right? And then there will be plains. Water will start here somewhere, right? And let's say this is our end. What would you do if your project is get water here fast?
Try and find a straight line approach.
That's what lean is. Lean is find those curves, find those roadblocks, find those boulders, remove them and let the water flow smoothly. Create flow. That's where the word was taken. A to B, how can we get faster? If it took us 16 seconds to actual touch time, what is the goal?
Get to 16.
Get to 16 seconds. That's the goal, right? If the value added time is 16 seconds, that should be the goal of any process. It's always good to even have a big session with the people before you go into the event. Guys, it's change management. It's communication, and there is a ... means communication continues. You can never have less communication. I was doing this building permit process review. First, of course, I had 2 or 3 inspectors from the process, but there are around 30 inspectors. Even when I before went into the lean event, I met all the 30 inspectors. I showed them the map. This is what we are taking in. Are we missing anything? Because we're going to talk and come out with an action plan. Or bring all the people at the end of the event, whoever you can bring. I've done that. Library team, at the end of the event, when the director is coming to do a report out, everybody show up. Drill the hole. Why not? For 15 minutes. 15 minutes, you guys are going to change their process. You guys are going to move the tables. You guys are going to move the layout. Show them now. Otherwise, you are just waiting for a disaster to happen. the goal of Lean Kaizen event or everything is to find the 8 waste. And if you didn't realize, root cause analysis is already here. All those defects you can apply now, fishbone, wherever you feel like. There is no boundaries now. What are the new rules? You have learned lots of lean principles and philosophies.
Communicate.
This is what you told me. Understand needs, you will have the master in your set now. Make sure nobody is going to do any quality check for you. Make sure the team assures me the quality. I'm not going to check. The team will be responsible for it. So QA, okay?
Know your inventory, so you know your tools and the inventory that you're gonna.
So you will have it all. I have it all nicely set. You guys can decide what you want to do. Okay? All inventory is in your hand. Inventory,
Have team members together.
new, layout, team, together.
No batching.
Wow. No batching. What do we call it in Lean? One piece flow. What are you going to do in the new layout?
U-shape.
U-shape, okay. Okay, how are you going to place the people?
People in the middle,
Could be done in line, but you have a table. You will have to clean up the table a little bit.
people in the middle of the table and stuff all around.
So basically, this is the table, right? You're going to put people. Am I doing it for you or are you telling me this?
Yeah, so
Looks good.
it flows around.
Right? Okay. Which station will do what? How many stations were there?
Paper, the one with the paper.
Blue dot,
Oh, that's terrible.
red dot.
Guys, everybody participate. Sorry?
A2
Blue,
dot,
okay.
A4 is yellow.
A4 is yellow,
A3 is red dot.
red,
A5 is green.
sorry, green. Okay, so this is the process. Did you see any imbalance?
Number of dots being applied. Two stations have to apply 2 dots.
Yeah. Yeah. I want it nicely centered. How are you going to find the center? So there is a process here. Fold. Okay? And then you still have how many dots? 2 blue, 1 red, 2, 1. There is still imbalance. So I'll give you guys 2-3 minutes to play with it to balance the load, whatever best you can do. Okay? What else we are changing? New layout, one piece flow. What else? That's it? And while you are doing this, come out with new solutions, come out with new things. This is a lean process flow. Nobody is bothering you. The end result is everything should be accepted by customer. No quality control, quality assurance. You know one thing what we say at Honda? Very important. Look at this, what I'm writing. Self-check, counter-check. Which means second person who is installing his or her dot, make sure checks and feel free to stop the line. At Honda, people are congratulated when they stop the line for a defect, not just like stop the line. I used to have those people on the line. Fun. It was fun dealing with them. They would just stop the line and sorry?
Where are they working?
But they would find out some reason. You always, if you do a Pareto analysis, you will know who stops most of the line. So that's the people side. You have to play as they are playing. One thing in lean more is slow down before pace up. Not pace. Before pace up. So go slow, smooth, and speed will come. The problem I have seen in all the organization, everybody's just trying to speed up.
You mean get the 5 before go to 7?
I mean that, but I also mean is slow down on your station, write down all the parts required, keep all the parts nicely, and when they disassemble the car if you don't know collision industries, the biggest problem is everybody pushes the car inside and the car gets jammed up inside. It starts at the start, look at the car nicely, do a good tear down of all the parts, write down all the parts, order all the parts, receive all the parts, and after that car can go smooth. Same like you guys.